Hey y'all, and welcome back to my garden. Well, today is such a beautiful day, and I'm so excited because we are at the winter solstice. So we're going to have our longest day today, but then after that, hallelujah, we're on the home stretch to head back to longer days. I am so excited, but I have got to get out here and get this garden cleaned up because I have put it off for way, way too long. We've had like sicknesses in the house, and we've just had lots of busy things going on. Plus, we just bought another house, so we've just been super busy, have not been able to get out here. So let me show you guys what we're going to be working on today. Okay, so this is what the state of affairs looks like right now. Everything is just a mess, and it just needs to be cut back. Here is all of our raspberry ripple zinnias. They need to be pulled up. My little marigolds that we grew from seed need to be pulled up. The Senorita Rosalita, those need to be pulled up, and everything just needs a little tidy time. So last year, I went ahead and cut back my hibiscus, and I know a lot of people will wait because their stems are kind of hollow. People don't want to get like the water in them and then they freeze. But here I've not seen a problem with that, so I'm going to go ahead and get those cut back too. So this is what we're looking like now. We got some big shadows, but look how bad this looks. Isn't it just amazing what it looked like just a couple of months ago and what it looks like now? It's so crazy to me how the garden changes. And then all of our sod has went dormant. So this is a great time for me to be able to go and spot treat some weeds because the weeds pop up nice and green. But I got my little wagon over here, and let's go ahead and get this cleaned up and get it nice and tidy. So this is the Senorita Rosalita Cleome. It gets like 3 to 5 foot tall. Its hardiness zones are like 10A through 11B. So we're just not quite warm enough here. I did try to overwinter some over last year, but they did not make it, even with cutting them back and mulching them up. So even though they have these crazy root structures on there, you would think that they would overwinter, but it's just not quite warm enough. But I do love these because I used to have the older Cleome, and they were really prickly, and they had a really bad smell, and they would seed themselves everywhere. But these, by Proven Winners, they are so great because they just bloom continually and they're sterile. I wish we lived where they would be a perennial, but they don't. But they are so beautiful, and they put on so much growth in just 1 year, and the bees and the butterflies just love them. So definitely, if you need something that is attracted to the pollinators and the deer don't like, then this Senorita Rosalita Cleome is a really good one to choose. So this is the little marigolds that we grew. So I planted these in August in little pots, or like I grew them from seed in little pots. But as you can see, they are covered in seeds, and their seeds are really neat looking. They kind of look like little arrows. Part of it's black, and then part of it's kind of like a wheat color. And they just have hundreds of seeds. So if you want to gather the seeds, you can. These were really, really pretty. I did them in August and put them out in October. But now I'm thinking that if I grow them on again, I may do them in July so I can get them out in September so they'll have a little bit more time in the garden. But once we got our first really hard frost, then this is kind of what they look like afterwards. But I did enjoy their color for fall, and they were kind of a nice alternative for using the chrysanthemums. And we grew them from seed, and as you can see, we can just save all of these seeds and we can have tons next year. I mean, really, we just need to keep one if we wanted to. So that's where our marigolds are at. I'm going to go ahead and cut off these blooms. These are a Limelight Hydrangea, so they bloom on new wood, so it is perfectly fine to get these cut back. I thought I might keep them to do some like little arrangements with, but I still had some hydrangea blossoms from last year, and I had a couple of new ones off of my white wedding, so I didn't end up using these for any crafts this year. So I'm just going to go ahead and take those off, and then I'll do my more precise cut back right before the spring, where I take them back by about a third. So just kind of getting these cleaned up because we don't really need these anymore. But they are really pretty. You can even spray paint these and make them into little arrangements for Christmas or put them in your Christmas tree. They're really pretty. Y'all, check out how big this Limelight Hydrangea bloom is. Oh my goodness, she looks like a football, and she's growing so crooked right there. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one back right about here above a little node. That is a big hydrangea bloom. My wagon's already getting full. Okay, so I got my loppers out to try to tackle these hibiscus. Let's see if we can get them around here. These produce such beautiful flowers, and they love this wet area. So if you've got a wet area in the flower bed, definitely check out hardy hibiscus. This one's Starry Starry Night. I was getting ready to cut back the graceful white Gara. It's such a beautiful plant. But what I noticed in it, there's a foxglove. So these foxgloves have seeded themselves all over my garden. Here's another one. So it just seeded and came up. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cut back. I love the graceful white Gara, but the one thing I did notice is they were affected by aphids late in the season around September. So I'll have to remember that for next year to go ahead and get them treated for aphids, because they kind of wanted to decimate some of the plants, especially in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and get those cut back now. This stuff is so hard. I tried using my Felcos, another pair of clippers, and my loppers. I think I'm going to have to go find a really, really sharp pair of shears, and maybe I can get this cut back, because it feels like rope is what I'm cutting through. Okay, so I've got my Coronas out here. Let's see if this will go through it. It's weird because it wants to kind of stick, almost like it's a little sticky. Yeah, these are working a lot better, but it's tough. It's really tough to go through. I felt like in the summer when I cut them back that it was easier, so maybe it's something to do with the winter. Okay, so I'm just going to continue down, and I'll show you guys when we get finished because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those to cut back. Look how big my daffodils are in December. Oh my goodness. They think it's time to bloom. I went ahead and pulled up the foxglove because I have so many of these, and because it was making the Gara grow funny. So this is where I pulled it up from. I think the stem's somewhere right in here, kind of coming up through it. So yeah, there it is. There's the rest of the foxglove. Anyway, so it left a kind of a hole there. So I'll let that kind of grow back in. Okay, so I have everything cut back. It's looking nice and neat. So my question to you is, do you think I should go ahead and cut back the grasses? I usually wait until the late winter, early spring to cut them back because in my area, they tend to want to push new growth if I cut them back too early. But you can see they're just, I don't know, kind of looking sad right now because they're all went dormant. So what do you think I should do? Keep them or cut them back? So I've got a pretty good load going here now. So I'm going to go to the back and drop this off, and then we can get started over with our zinnias next. Today I've had to use all of my clippers. Oh my goodness, I definitely need to do some maintenance because some of them are not as sharp as they need to be. I'm just going to set these here and run to the back. Hey girls, what are you guys doing in here? Oh my goodness. All your nice pine straw? Y'all having a good time? Enjoying the sunshine? Yes, sweet girls. Look at how many leaves have fell. and our trees still have leaves on them. So we've been kind of waiting for when they let out all their leaves. But like this one, it is just hanging on strong to all those leaves. But then those over there, they've already lost all theirs. These zinnias, the raspberry ripple, were so beautiful this year. I used them around my magnolias and my boxwoods, and I planted those from little babies in the spring. And then I did a second round, and I put these in July just to kind of test to see how they would do. And they stayed beautiful up until our first frost. So I definitely think these were a good one to do. I got the seeds from Johnny's, and I got the other seeds from Eden Brothers, but they were the dwarf zinnias, the raspberry ripple. Super pretty, and you can see they don't get very tall. I think like 18 inches. Ugh. You get a lot of bang for your buck with these little zinnias, definitely. I wanted to show you guys, I have a little bloom. So these are the pansies that I grew from seed, and it has one little bloom because I thought pansies are supposed to be deer resistant, but look, the deer have been coming in here and chewing on them. Oh, I have another one here. Another one's gonna bloom. Oh my goodness, guys, they're so tiny. But definitely if I'm gonna grow pansies again, I wanna grow them earlier because look at the deer. Just eat them. They just eat them. The deer just eat them all away down to little nubs. Okay, guys, so everything is all cut back and looking so neat and tidy. It just needed this little refresh, and I'm so glad we had such a pretty day to work on it. Now our sun is starting to go down, and you can definitely tell the temperatures are starting to get a little bit cooler. But I am so happy with what we got done today, and it's going to be so good going into the winter to have this all complete. Okay, guys, I am so glad that we had this beautiful day to get all of this done. And I have another wagon full of stuff down here that I will take to the back. But thank you so much for gardening with me today. I have missed you guys so much in all of this yucky winter season. I'm so glad that we could get back out here together. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you have a chance to get in your gardens today. Bye, friends.